Morning, everybody. My name's Andrew. I am the owner of Wildview Retreat. I'm also one of the nutritional therapists here. I have a diploma in naturopathic nutrition from the College of Naturopathic Medicine in London, 3 years of training. And myself and Irene, also from CNM, and Magali from the Institute of Optimum Nutrition, are the three registered nutritional therapists here that put together the program each year for our guests. So I'm going to quickly give you some information about boosting your immune system over the next 10 minutes. I know that this time of year everyone tends to get more sick, our immune systems are lower, and especially with the coronavirus and all these horrible things that are out there at the moment, everyone is wanting to make sure that your immune system is as robust as possible. I can honestly say that my immune system is significantly better now than it was 5 years ago, before I got into nutrition, before I understood how bodies work, biomedicine essentially, and biochemistry, and the importance of the fuel that we put in our body, which gives us the nutrients in order for our systems to actually work at an optimum level. Most of us are nutrient deficient. We're not eating the right foods, and we're not eating enough of them, and therefore we're lacking in the micronutrients and the macronutrients which are required to support and enable our systems to work. For example, our immune system, or our reproductive system, or our cardiovascular system, etc. All of these require nutrients and cofactors in order for them to function. So, for example, very simply, if we're just eating pizzas all day, that will be lacking in a multitude of micronutrients. And therefore we'll slowly start to get ill, and then eventually it'll be into some sort of chronic disease. So we have to be eating a diverse range of excellent quality food. So I'm going to run through my top 10 points for boosting your immune system. And number one, absolutely number one, is making sure we're having the right amount of protein. Now, we all know we should be reducing our protein from animal sources for a whole host of reasons. I'm not going to get into that now, but we should be increasing our plant-based protein. And the most important thing to remember is that when you're increasing your plant-based protein, you need to make sure you have a diverse range of it, not just one type of plant-based protein, but 3 or 4 different types. Because the reason why people say meat protein is so much better for you, is because they're saying that you're getting all of the amino acids, all the amino acids that make up protein in the meat. And the problem people have with plant-based proteins is that quite often you have to have a whole range of different plant-based proteins to get all those different amino acids, except for things like lentils. But the safest thing to do is just to have as many different ones as possible. So, for example, chickpeas are absolutely amazing. An excellent superfood, an excellent protein, as well as good quality fat as well, and buckets full of micronutrients as well. So start getting into chickpeas, the ones that are in these jars, or in these types of packs from Sainsbury's or Tesco's or anything. They're already cooked. You don't have to cook them. You just throw them into a salad or a stew or whatever. So this one is actually beans, an excellent source of protein as well. Here's the lentil one. These are amazing. They're only about 60 pence. I think Tesco's and the other supermarkets do a similar sort of one, but these are great because they're in Tetra Paks and they're organic. You can also go for the ones in these packs as well. Poi lentils, these are amazing, already cooked. Just throw them into a salad. Just maybe cook them up with a bit of garlic. Heat them up with garlic. Just chuck a few vegetables in. Amazing side dish, or even a main dish as well. So plant-based proteins, folks. The reason why it's so important is because the amino acids in our proteins helped build our immune system, the immunoglobulins in our immune system. So ultimately what it comes down to is if you're not getting the right amount of protein and good quality protein, your immune system is going to be low. Okay, I can't advocate that enough. I can't stress that enough. You need to be getting the right amount of protein in the body, and typically you want to be looking at about 0.8 to 1 gram per kilo of body weight of protein a day. So for me, I'm about 72, 73 kilos. So I'm looking at around 70 grams of protein a day, and I'm working quite hard out here. I'm working around building and doing lots of things. So if you're someone who does lots of exercise and walking and running around, which is what we all should do, at least half an hour a day, then you want to increase that a little bit. So for me, I like to think of about 80 to 90 grams of protein a day, but everyone's a bit different depending on their body size and their activity. So guys, protein. For immune system, protein is really, really important. Reduce your meat-based protein, increase your plant-based protein. Chickpeas, lentils, beans, brown rice, all of that, get it in as much as possible. Okay, number two is increasing your antioxidants, plant-based proteins, antioxidants from plants and fruits as well. So you've all heard of antioxidants in, for example, berries, blueberries, but just to very simply explain, our bodies oxidize, our cells oxidize, our tissues oxidize. They're dying off. Free radicals and toxins are oxidizing them and killing them off. But we also have nutrients in the body that are antioxidants that prevent those free radicals and those toxins from latching onto the cells and destroying them. So we want to try and get as many antioxidants into the body as possible. So that's why everyone says eat fruits, eat your apple a day, keep the doctor away, etc. Because our fruits and our plants essentially are loaded, as long as they're not being processed or touched, are loaded full of micronutrients and antioxidant nutrients that are quite unstable molecules, and they attach to the free radicals and the toxins, and then they can be eliminated. Vitamin C is a really important one, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So from a food point of view, you want to be upping your antioxidants massively, and the best way I can do this, or best way you could do it, is do a smoothie in the morning and buy one of those 500 gram, 1 kilo bags of frozen berries, cranberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries that you get in the supermarket. Frozen's great because they're all the nutrition is packed in at source rather than having to be transferred, 2 weeks from Mexico or whatever. So it's packed in and contained all those nutrients. So just take a handful of those every morning into a NutriBullet, zip it up with some banana and some broccoli and some nut milk or whatever and down it. That is your medicine on a daily basis. Get it in. Frozen berries are amazing. And other excellent sources are anything with vitamin C in, so sweet potatoes, bell peppers, broccoli, an amazing source of antioxidants. But also 2 types of herbal teas that I can highly recommend. The first is green tea. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, excuse the pun, but green tea is amazing. It's a really, really, really high level of antioxidant content in there. And what I do, and the other thing which is amazing about green tea, is that it has the amino acid L-theanine in it, which helps calm the nervous system. So I'm someone who gets quite anxious. My mental health over the last 20 years has been quite challenged, like I'm sure many people has. And I find that when I drink green tea, my calmness and my really, really sets in and my anxiety goes away. So I tend to make a litre of it in the morning and in my flask, and I just sip it throughout the day. Amazing source of antioxidant, and also great at calming you down and keeping you nice and relaxed. It does have caffeine in, so I would recommend not drinking it after about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then moving on to another incredible antioxidant herbal tea, and that is hibiscus. So, I was going to show you some examples. So here's my green tea. I don't bother buying the tea bags because they're a massive waste of money. I buy green tea in 500 or 250 gram bags, and I just use loose leaf, and I make a nice loose leaf tea. Amazing, organic, try going for organic. You can also go for matcha. You've probably heard of matcha lattes. I've got really into this recently. But it's basically a concentrated form of green tea, a really high quality form of green tea, where you're not diffusing the leaf and just drinking the water. This is actually grounded down, really high quality, premium grade green tea, and the leaves are ground down, and you drink what you do is you put a teaspoon with some nut milk into a NutriBullet, zip it up for 10 seconds, and then heat it up, and it's this really beautiful, frothy green matcha latte, and I absolutely love that. It's amazing. Expensive, but super, super good. High antioxidant, excellent levels of L-theanine. And the other form is hibiscus. So I buy a kilo of this. get it delivered, and yeah, we go through one of these every 2 or 3 weeks. This is, I don't know, this is probably just about 50 grams. You just put a small spoonful of this, and and then it diffuses, and then you drink it, and it's amazing, amazing. So hibiscus. So get those antioxidants in. The threes I recommend are frozen berries in your smoothie in the morning. Eat as many fruits and vegetables obviously as you can. Then hibiscus and green tea. Number 2. Okay, number 3 is garlic. Garlic is amazing. Antiviral, antibacterial plant. Try and eat it raw if possible. Pretty gross, I know, but throw it into everything. Get as much of that in garlic in as possible. Number 4, turmeric. And we all heard about turmeric. Some people can stomach just a teaspoon in with some water and some lemon. Other people need to have the capsules. Where's my capsule? It's here somewhere. It was here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can buy the capsules. This is a really good quality brand. Can you see that? Not really. Anyway, make sure you go for high quality turmeric. Don't go for the cheap stuff in Holland & Barrett. This is a really good source of turmeric as well. Turmeric is amazing, again, anti-inflammatory, and really helps with building the immune system. Okay, so we've done protein, we've done antioxidants, we've done garlic, we've done turmeric. My sixth one, are increasing your nuts and your seeds. Now, I don't mean roasted cashew nuts, honey roasted cashew nuts, or something like that, because obviously as soon as you bake or cook the nut, you're destroying the enzymes in it, the living enzymes. And you want to have raw nuts that haven't been touched, basically, and seeds. And the reason why is because they contain a really high level of vitamin E, which again is an amazing antioxidant. And if you remember from a few minutes ago, antioxidants are quite unstable as molecules, and then they break off and then attach to the free radicals and then get eliminated. So antioxidants are massively important. Vitamin E, so what we tend to do is have just old chickpea jars or quinoa jars full of sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, all kinds of seeds, and nuts as well. So walnuts, Brazil nuts, cashew nuts, almonds. They're expensive, but see it as your medication, preventative medication, super, super important, and you can just grab a handful a day from all the different ones, just a small bit from each one, throw it into your smoothie, and then done. That's your nuts for the day. Or you can just take a handful to work with you, but don't binge on them, because that's, people think, well, they are a really good quality fat, but you wouldn't want to take a whole bag of them, for example. Just make sure you have a one handful a day. So nuts and seeds. All right, now number 6, vitamin D. Okay, vitamin D is super important for the immune system. It's required to build those immunoglobulins and build up your immune system. It's essential, essentially, and it's why a lot of people do get sick in the winter, because of lack of vitamin D. Now, the World Health Organization has been saying this for a long time, that we should all be taking vitamin D in the winter, and now even the NHS have said it. And some people are actually vitamin D deficient because of a genetic reason, like me. I'm not going to get into that now, but now I take high dose vitamin D3 every day. Make sure it's vitamin D3 and not vitamin D2, because vitamin D3 is 80% more bioavailable. Have a look at your multivitamin that you take. Most of them will just be D2, and that therefore will be a particular vitamin that I would have in addition to my multivitamin. So most of the time when you have your multivitamin, it's got everything you need in it, apart from a couple of key ones. I take this one, Better You. It's a vitamin D spray that goes on the tongue. This is 3000 IU, and so I just take one spray of this. And that's all I need, and it's an amazing hit of vitamin D. A lot of people prefer and should be taking vitamin D3 with K2. They'll see the little tincture jars, little droplets that come with D3 and K2, and that's because K2 actually directs the D3 into the bones. So people who are concerned about osteoporosis, ladies going through the menopause, then I would recommend D3 with K2. Okay, so vitamin D, really, really important, folks. Get that in you. Okay, now on to vitamin C. Vitamin C, as we all know, is one of the most, if not the most important antioxidant alongside glutathione. I still believe that no matter how much fruit and vegetables you eat on a daily basis, even if it's your 10 a day, 20 a day, I still believe you need to be taking vitamin C. I take 1 to 2,000 milligrams a day. I don't have my bottle with me. Oh, yes, I do. I used to take the capsules, but now I take liposomal form. It's much more bioavailable. It's quite expensive, but I take a little teaspoon of that every day. It's just going to get into the blood system much faster without being detoxified by the liver. So vitamin C, folks, it's really important. If you think about every time you add toxins into your body, whether it be food, whether it be the air you breathe, whether it be virals, it's starting to kill off cells. And so as much as these antioxidants you can put in, the better. I mean, I basically haven't been sick since I started all this. And when I do start to get the sign of an infection, I immediately take 5-6 grams of vitamin C, and by the next day, gone. So, and I know that when I was in London, I was much more susceptible to illness. So these are all great preventative strategies that you can do. Okay, so vitamin C, that's number 7. Number 8, zinc. Okay, so zinc's really important. Now, most of you, if you're taking multivitamin, have a decent level of zinc in the multivitamin. Vitamin C is one that there isn't enough of in, so you need to take 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C in addition to the multi. Now, zinc, have a look on the back. If you've got 20 milligrams of of zinc in your multi, then that's probably enough. I like to take up to 50 milligrams of zinc. It combines with vitamin C to boost your immune system even further. So it's really important as well. So have a look at that. Don't take any more than 50 milligrams, and check the back of your multivitamin bottle to see how much is in it. But up to about 50 milligrams of zinc also really boosts your immune system. All right, number 9, bee pollen. That's the one thing I didn't bring over. Bee pollen's amazing here in Portugal. You can get a jar of it for like €3. Everyone knows about the amazing healing properties of bee pollen and honey. Manuka honey, you've all heard of that. So been proven to reduce risk of infection and reduce flu. So if you can get a couple of spoonfuls of bee pollen into your smoothie, that's amazing. Number 10 is echinacea, an amazing herb. Again, really great herb that has been proven to reduce symptoms of flu. So you can have echinacea teas, you can have, basically it's a herb you can put in anything, so you can take that as well. And then I'm just going to add 2 more things. I think I've covered most of it, yes. Yes, I mentioned a multivitamin, so I think everybody should be taking a multivitamin. I take Life Extension. These aren't supplements that you can get. Sorry, it's not looking yet. On from Holland Barrett, High Street. You get what you pay for, basically. I would recommend going into your local health store, your independent health store, or you can go for the chains like Planet Organic and Whole Foods. But any local health store that has nutritional therapists working and serving in there, they all know their stuff on the supplement brands you should be taking. You want to be going for the ones that are obviously higher strength, higher quality, the ones without all the binders and fillers in. This is a really good one because it's really high strength. It's from the States, and I take this one. Life Extension, but BioCare, NutriAdvanced, Viridian, they're all really good. The other final thing I'd say is I've recently got into colloidal silver. Colloidal silver has something that has been around for a long time. It's since the Roman times. People were realizing that the richer people weren't getting sick because they were eating off silver. It's where fed by the silver spoon. It's where that all came from, because they didn't get sick if they were eating off the silver spoons. And it turns out that this is incredibly good for the immune system and building up support. So I take a little droplet of that every day. Right, folks, I think that's it. So there you have it. You've listened to me. Thank you for listening. If you've got any other interesting points you'd like to make about boosting your immune system, then please let me know. Comment and please share. All right, take care.